The rich kids of Dubai love nothing more than living the high life in their affluent city. Across social media, they'll upload images of their extravagant lives for the world to marvel at. However, with wealth come some select rules that these wealthy youngsters must follow. Otherwise, they may be shunned by their fellow elites. Today, we're going to look at some of the pricey items that kids in the largest city within the United Arab Emirates spend their cash on, such as luxury cars, massive mansions, and solid gold items. We'll also see what these unspoken guidelines are, so let's get started. One of the key items in a rich kid's arsenal is a luxury car. Well, Rashed Belhassa, otherwise known as Money Kicks, is no different in that regard. Even if he couldn't legally drive a car on the road at the time, back in 2017, the internet was astounded by a Ferrari F12 Berlinette. However, it wasn't just any affluent vehicle. Belhassa wrapped the Ferrari in a custom-made Louis Vuitton cover. It's not the only time he's wrapped a vehicle with a designer label either. He also had a Yeezy-wrapped Cadillac Escalade. A non-wrapped Ferrari can be between $300,000 and $600,000. The following year, Belhassa decided to sell his unique automobile. It was put up for sale at a steal of $190,000. It wasn't long until someone swept in and purchased that Ferrari. Dubai is well known for attracting supercars. Even their police force has a whole load of them. In 2017, they went one better. They splashed out on a Bugatti Veyron. It holds the record for being the fastest police car in the world. These Bugattis tend to go for around $1.6 million. Speaking of cars, there's a particular leisure activity that attracts Dubai's wealthy youngsters, known as Hajwala or Tafit. The activity is all about illegal street drifting. The kids will use their SUVs and drive to a secluded area. There, they speed up to at least 100 miles per hour. Then they apply their handbrakes and drift across the concrete, pulling off stunts as they go. The higher the gear the driver is in during the drifting, the higher the points. Yep, it's a competition. The drivers get more points the more reckless they are. If the SUV can completely tip over, then the driver will get a lot of points. Often the cars will crash and cause injuries to the drivers. At times, spectators have been injured during Hajwala. The United Arab Emirates have also been known to splash the cash for leisure. In 2017, WWE went to Abu Dhabi to perform. The first women's wrestling match in the country took place there. The cost of this is unknown, but WWE made a deal with nearby Saudi Arabia at a cost of an estimated $50 million per event. Image is everything amongst the Dubai extravagant youth. If one is to be respected amongst their fellow elites, then social media is the key. The kids will post up many photos of their lives online, often showing off their prosperous lifestyle, such as holidays, private plane trips, or their jewelry. Another common image is showing piles of designer bags stacked up from their shopping sprees. The more bags and the pricier the labels, the more respect the person gets from their fellow money spenders. For example, this image of Katia Pantelli. She shows off her pricey purchases as well as her luxury car. In 2016, Arif Ahmad Al-Zaruni showed his own luxurious spending habits. For the Sharjah #1 license plate, he spent nearly $5 million on it. He spent that much during an auction to get one of the most expensive plates of all time. However, it wasn't just any auction. The proceeds from the sale actually went to charity. When interviewed about his purchase, Zaroni stated, quote, "I want to be in the lead in whatever I do, be it in buying the best or in doing charity. My aim is to go for the #1 spot." All of Dubai's wealthy youngsters live in a house that many around the world would be jealous of, such as Rashed Belhassa living in a private zoo. But more on that later. One of the most exclusive areas to live in Dubai is Palm Jumeirah. This is an artificial island shaped like a palm tree. One of the most expensive mansions on the market there comes to around $41 million. For that price, the mansion comes with 10 bedrooms, 11 bathrooms, 2 elevators. One is a service lift, home cinema, separate guest house, separate building with 4 service bedrooms, a gym, a spa, and a massive dining area for 18 guests. Another villa in the area was valued at a somewhat modest $31 million. It also has access to a huge private beach. This villa also provides amazing views of Dubai's skyline. If these 2 massive mansions are too far out of your budget, well, the cheapest properties in Palm Jumeirah are around $1 million. Dubai has some of the most expensive and luxurious hotels in the world. As such, if the rich kid in the city wants a little break, but also remain in Dubai, they'll book a room in one of the grand hotels. One of the most popular hotels with the wealthy is Atlantis the Palm. One of their most extravagant rooms is the Royal Bridge Suite. It's massive. It can hold 6 adults and 3 children comfortably. It also has a game room, media room, 16-person dining room, a library, and a whole team of butlers and chefs. For this luxury, it can cost at least $30,000 per night. The next big hotel is the Burj Al Arab Jumeirah. Billed as the first 7-star hotel, the Burj Al Arab Jumeirah is incredibly glamorous. The most expensive room is the Royal Suite. It takes up 2 floors. The suite also comes with a private elevator and a staircase, as well as a private 12-person dining area, a private library, 3 bathrooms, a private cinema, and a personal butler, all for the price of at least $12,000 per night. Like we mentioned earlier, designer items are a must in the world of Dubai's elite. Rashid Saif Belhassa is one such rich kid to take that to heart, but mostly with one particular expensive item. In his incredible house, he has a whole room dedicated to just his astonishing trainer/sneaker collection. The room in itself is beautiful. Each pair of shoes has a dedicated area to be displayed, and the value of the shoes is impressive. More so since a lot of the pairs are limited edition. One of the rarest shoes Belhassa owns is a pair of Nike Air Yeezy 2 Red October. A pair of these can go for as much as $12,000. He also owns a pair of Air Jordans signed by Michael Jordan himself. But it's not just sneakers he owns. He has an amazing array of rare football/soccer boots, some of which were gifted to him by his footballing heroes that he's met, such as Paul Pogba. Belhassa's whole collection is estimated to contain around 200,000 shoes and boots. The value of Belhassa's hobby is said to be $1 million. While showing off wealth online is one way to impress fellow spenders, another way is who the youngster is pictured with. And the best type of person to be photographed with are celebrities. The more popular, the more famous, the better. Like we mentioned, Rashid Saif Belhassa has met one-time world's most expensive player, Paul Pogba. But there are so many more well-known faces that he's had pictures with. Musicians such as Wiz Khalifa, Akon, and Nicki Minaj, sports stars such as Cristiano Ronaldo, Lionel Messi, most of the Manchester United team, and Floyd Mayweather. Actors like Jackie Chan, Paris Hilton, and Salman Khan. Belhassa even has signed soccer shirts from Ronaldo and many other players. He also got a pair of shoes to add to his collection from Nicki Minaj. With such a variety of big names, the images have given Belhassa a big reputation amongst Dubai's elite. The photos have made him look incredibly cool, which opens up a lot of opportunities in Dubai's circles. Is there anything that screams wealth more than getting an item made from gold? Probably not. As such, many of the rich kids will splash cash on getting fancy gold items to show off with. A particular favorite is mobile phones. The Instagram for Dubai's rich kids is littered with pictures of golden phones of well-known brands. On one website, the price of an 18-karat solid gold iPhone 11 Pro Max can be nearly $51,000. For comparison, that same phone, but not made out of gold, is sold for around $1,500. While the whole of Dubai is known for loving gold, in 2013, a model of a Lamborghini was sold for $7.5 million. It was scaled 1/18 of an actual drivable Lamborghini. The model was carved from a massive 1,100-pound block of gold. The finished item weighed 55 pounds. But if you wanted an actual car made with gold, then the Nissan R35 GTR is for you. It's sprayed with 24-karat gold and was shown to the world during an event in Dubai in 2016. It's also engraved with an elaborate design. It had a price of $1 million. Another favorite image amongst the elite is showing off about the bounty before their eyes, especially when it involves food and drinks. There are a number of restaurants and cafes in Dubai that cater for those with plenty of cash in their pockets. Bloomsbury is a bakery in the city. It sells an incredible cupcake called the Golden Phoenix. The cupcake is covered in 23-karat edible sheets of gold. It's also presented on a 24-karat gold stand, all for the price of $1,000 for a small cupcake. For those looking for something stronger, the Skyview Bar has you covered. In 2011, they held the honor of the most expensive cocktail in the world. This affluent cocktail was called 27.321, as that's what it cost in dirham, which is roughly $7,500. The cocktail is made with 55-year-old Macallan whiskey, an exclusive dried fruit bitters, and passion fruit scented sugar. It can only be prepared by qualified mixologists. Owning dogs and cats is too pedestrian for a lot of Dubai's rich kids. They have to flaunt their money and connections by owning a number of exotic pets. Belhassa has a whole private zoo in his house. Because it's private, the family doesn't make money from the zoo. They get the animals from around the world. Belhassa states that he and his family usually get the animals from private zoos and collectors that are neglecting the animals. Altogether, there are around 500 creatures on the property, ranging from cheetahs, lions, orangutans, and bears, to name a few. Due to his amazing zoo, Belhassa uses the privilege of meeting exotic animals to entice celebrities to his house. As a result, a number of the animals are named after those that have visited, such as a monkey named after Paris Hilton, He's also named some of the animals after designer labels, such as Versace the lion. The cost of buying a cheetah can be $20,000, and that's not taking into account all the other bills, which can cost hundreds of thousands per year. And that's it. Which item do you think is the most excessive? Pop your thoughts in the comments below. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Those things really help us out. Finally, thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.